Little did I know that when I began this white flower painting tutorial that it would take me 1 year to complete. I will talk more about why that happened and how I overcame the motivational block. This flower tutorial was the request of a client who is a friend who owns several of my oil paintings. I will demonstrate how I mix colors to create interesting gray tones for the white flower. It's helpful to have a piece of paper to test your mixed grays to see if they are too warm or too cool before committing to the paper. Use a smaller brush with a bit of a tip from your collection. The technique here is wet into dry with clear water feathering out some of the edges that need to blend out to a lighter value. The warm yellow color is wet into wet. I'm dropping the color in and moving it around. My shadow colors lean towards lavender, so these are complementary colors. Add just enough water to allow the paint to stay where you want it to, and also spread out to where you want the color to fade. And that's why you will see me work with a paper towel close by. Through this entire process, I'll be touching my brush to the paper towel to control the amount of water that I'm introducing to the paper. My source photo is from my client. The shades of gray in the shadows will change through the painting. Colors from the center of the flower will also reflect into the shadows as sunlight was bouncing through my client's flower arrangement. If you add too much color, just dab it with your paper towel to control the paint or water. You can also manipulate the color again with your brush if the paint is still a little bit wet. Soft pink and peach colors were mixed with grays or the tulip petals. You'll see that my palette is very limited in colors. This time last spring, I experienced what many artists would describe as a motivational block that was triggered by a health crisis. This entire situation had been building for over a couple years. I've experienced similar bouts of burnout before. Every artist does, but this time felt different, and it quickly became apparent that it would be more prolonged. Literally changing my diet and creating a big focus on exercise slowly brought stability back into my body and mind. I knew that I had to prepare and transform my mind and body for the next 50 years as an artist. My one focus for last year became my health, and I had to let go of the 15 other focuses that come along with running a successful art business. Fulfillment of my custom-requested works of art were the only works of art that I put life into. These included large chandeliers that needed crates built and freight shipping. Also, I did oil paintings for clients and I did mixed media works of art. These works received my full attention. One year later, I feel different. I feel wiser and less frazzled, and I'm motivated and excited again to engage more in my art business. Tony Robbins said it perfectly. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Starting again can be difficult. It bothered me that I didn't have the capacity to focus on completing this tutorial for my friend. Editing video also takes a lot of patience. I'm grateful I regained patience and interest and focus. If you have a work of art that you've set aside and it's been calling for completion, I recommend clearing your workspace, setting up fresh in one day, and then the next day you're ready to focus on the painting. I simply willed myself to sit down and restart. This small watercolor only took another half hour to complete and finish, and it was worth it. Setting up to film took longer than the actual painting process. Finishing this small painting brings a feeling of accomplishment, even if it's not my grandest work of art. My next videos will feature most of my recent newest works of art that were commissioned, including a 30 by 60 3D mixed media ocean and tide pool painting that I'm still technically finishing up. I will also show a couple large painted glass chandeliers, both of which either featured vineyards or vineyards and flowers and birds. One of my next videos will also feature a commissioned oil painting that I completed last year. It's of a favorite beach on the Big Island of Hawaii. The clients really loved this particular beach. I will show you how I did the creation process, and I'll explain how I brought my client's idea into reality. If there are flowers or beaches that you'd love to see me paint, leave a comment below or send me an email through my website. Going forward, I will be mixing small beginner to intermediate painting tutorials along with videos showing my creating larger works of art that are more in line with my more serious art, the type of art that I sell either through art galleries or through my website. Thank you for watching this far. If you enjoy my art, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you'd like to see more of my handcrafted, reverse painted glass chandeliers and other works of art, you can visit my website floravitalights.com.